Look what I can do now. I can twist my torso now. And with my last chair, I couldn't do that. As a matter of fact, my last chair was my posture's worst enemy. So time is ticking for TikTok, and talks about TikTok's time is the talk online. Just in case you didn't understand that, I left subtitles just for you. And as we're speaking, some of the TikTokers are a bit in denial about the banning of TikTok.
Listen, we've established that I've been in denial about the TikTok ban.
And a lot of TikTok creators actually have a similar mindset, because it's just not real that an entire community is just about to dissipate because of politics. And some of them are realizing it, which is why some of them have already migrated over to other applications such as Lemonade. Other people have gone to RedNote, which is a Chinese application social media that is made in China. However, as you can imagine, I'm not going to be downloading any of these applications, just like I didn't really engage with TikTok, because this ban was already like 4 years old. I already knew that they were trying to take down TikTok, so I already thought that it was quite risky to create a platform there. And these applications are going to be the same. So many of the people are migrating over to Lemonade or RedNote. I don't know why. I really do think that they should just migrate over to YouTube. Obviously, it's not going to be the same because the community there is completely different. And that's kind of the one thing that I wanted to highlight and talk about, the community. TikTok's community is unbelievable. They opened me with welcome arms. They welcomed me with open arms. Like, rarely do I ever see a hater. They're probably like the Bigfoot of TikTok. I always hear good things about them. Now, I know that there's gonna be people like, oh, well, you know, they're annoying. They only dance for virality. Like, when I think about TikTok, I think of content creators like Keith Lee, who, if you guys don't know, Keith Lee is a content creator who rates different restaurants. For instance, there was this Mexican restaurant in Georgia that was about to go out of business because they were making absolutely no money. And when I say that they were making no money, I mean to the point where if they were robbed at gunpoint and they opened up the register, the thief would realize that there's no money and instead donate $1.
Social media star made a surprise trip to a Warner Robins restaurant over the weekend. Keith Lee posts his restaurant reviews across the country. Not only did Lee give the restaurant a good review, he also gave them a much needed financial boost.
Do you guys want to know why Keith Lee ended up showing up to that restaurant? Keith Lee himself made the choice to go, but it was because the TikTok community called out to Keith Lee.
Her video caught the attention of food critic Keith Lee, who has over 16 million followers on TikTok.
He had never seen so many people tag him in a video that it was just something insane.
There was a TikTok post that was made by that restaurant owner, and it read something along the lines of, "We need help. No one has shown up. Please help us out." Like, hey, they need help over here. Keith, what can you do? And of course, Keith, because he's kind, he has a great heart, he went out of his way to fly over to the restaurant, give it a rating, and of course, financially help them up.
He was doing something else and he just stopped everything he was doing and took a flight immediately over here. Our phones don't stop going off. People don't stop coming in.
If your phone keeps going off, change the number. If people don't stop coming in, lock the doors. You're welcome.
And I'm so happy, and I'm hoping that we can finally be where we want to be.
Not only did he do that, but also this TikToker, he ended up paying their rent. And of course, what else did he do?
They tell me that he also paid for 3 months of their rent to help them get through, and another $900 to pay for other customers' food as they came in.
Like, my dude, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Keith Lee effect. But that's what I'm talking about, man. We have content creators like that. You know, we also have a content creator like that on YouTube, which is Mr. Beast, of course, right? But have you ever heard of a content creator like that on Instagram? Let alone an X content creator? I can't even surf X without my antivirus subscription canceling. X has a very toxic community. And Instagram has a very interesting community. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and demonstrate to you guys what I'm talking about. So if you go on Instagram Reels, and there's a couple of videos out there that are very interesting. And when you open up the comment section, oh my God. It is some of the most insane shit that you will ever find on a comment section. There was this woman rapping on Instagram Reels, and just take a look at it yourself, just so you can see where I'm gonna go with this.
Big bang, new coupe, new waters, new route, too hot, too cold, too warm, too cool. Who you, boo hoo, you trash, do you, 5-star, red flag, gang, too.
If you take a look at that reel and you read the bottom, it reads, "Give her a rap name." And if you want to lose all faith in humanity, open up the comment section. The audience does not disappoint. Chalk Tua, Young Transparent, The Baby Powder, Lil Pigment, Ghost Malone. And just when you think someone's gonna stand up for her, stop leaving all these mean comments. I can't like them all. And that's some of the light stuff too. Here's a little more intense video. So there's this woman who has no arms, and this is her Instagram reel. So you can see in this video that no, she doesn't have her arms behind her back. That's literally her. She has no arms. And if you read the top of the reel, it reads, name something that I would be good at. And once again, Instagram with the sense of humor did not disappoint. Bro, how did you even post this? Unarmed robbery. Came just for the comments button. Call me traditional, but I love a woman that lets me open the door for her. Jake Paul's next boxing opponent. And of course, she has her own sense of humor, which reads, best answer gets pinned. Now you're probably rationalizing, well, she opened herself up to that. I mean, you said it yourself. You know, she has a sense of humor. Yeah. But the problem is that the Instagram community, they do this to everybody, even if they don't have consent to do that. And what's worse is that this stuff that I'm showing you is some of the light stuff. I can't even show you some of the heavy hitters because I probably will get a community strike on this, but just know that they are incredibly vicious on Instagram. Now, I guess the only question that's left to ask is, where is the TikTok community gonna go? I want to support them. I don't want them to dissipate or disappear. I think that is a great community. But if you really think about it, they don't exactly fit in the TikTok, not TikTok, but in the Instagram community, especially not after that display of a roast session that occurred in those comment sections. I don't feel like they fit in the YouTube community either. Like I just cannot imagine, you know, people's problems, because that's kind of where they go. They go on TikTok and they speak about their problems. They're very expressive. I just can't imagine that on YouTube. Really, TikTok just has a whole ecosystem that's incredibly unique. Yeah, you could say that, you know, well, people on YouTube have vlogs and, you know, they express their problems, which I have seen. You know, there are men out there, there are women out there that are expressing what they feel like, but I feel like they relate that more to the issues, society's issues. When it comes to TikTok, I feel like that was way more niche. It just felt incredibly personal. They had personal problems. They would speak on social issues, especially political issues and stuff like that, but like a lot of them were just like people who just were giving each other hacks, talking about conspiracy theories that were fun, unlike, you know, conspiracy theories on Twitter, which are completely deranged. A tremendous amount of the youth was there on TikTok. And most importantly, the For You page is unlike anything. It's unlike anything that you could probably get, especially on Instagram Reels, because I feel like that's probably the closest to TikTok. I just can't imagine the TikTok community going to any of these platforms. But nonetheless, though, I just want to go ahead and just say, you know, there's still 5 more days, and I really, truly wish you guys the best, you know, to all the TikTokers. I know me saying this, I just feel like it's kind of an insult because I really don't know what you guys are experiencing. I'm sure that a lot of you guys are experiencing a ton of anxiety. I'm not as much, but I can empathize with that. It's unfortunate because a lot of businesses run on TikTok, and a lot of businesses have blown up because of TikTok. Politics in general, to just strip that away because of diplomatic problems, I think it's just so unbelievably unfair. I wish you guys luck, and just pray that there's some sort of Hail Mary on its way, you know? So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. That's all I have for you guys, and I'll see you guys next video.